Join me as I dive deep into the Battle of Adwa and try to uncover the real events that shaped this epic clash between Ethiopia and Italy. The Battle of Adwa is one of the most pivotal moments in Ethiopian history, a clash that would have far-reaching consequences for the entire continent. It's a story of colonialism, of resistance, of pride, and of power. And today we're going to explore what really happened on that fateful day in 1896. Ethiopia at the time was facing numerous challenges. The threat of Italian colonial ambitions loomed large over the region, with the Italians seeking to expand their empire into East Africa. Meanwhile, the political landscape in Ethiopia was complex, with various factions vying for power and influence. The country was also still reeling from the effects of centuries-long feudalism, which had left it weakened and divided. To make matters worse, the Ethiopian army was largely under-equipped and under-trained, making it seem like an easy target for the Italian forces. Despite these challenges, Emperor Menelik II was determined to defend his country against foreign aggression. He knew that the Italians were not to be trusted, and that their promises of peace and cooperation were merely a ruse to get their foot in the door. Menelik was a shrewd leader, and he was well aware of the importance of unity in the face of adversity. He worked tirelessly to rally the various Ethiopian factions behind him, preparing for the impending battle. As the Italians began their invasion, the Ethiopians were ready. They had chosen the battleground carefully, selecting a location that would give them the upper hand. The terrain was rocky and hilly, making it difficult for the Italian army to maneuver. The Ethiopians, on the other hand, knew the land like the back of their hand, and were able to use this knowledge to their advantage. They employed guerrilla tactics, launching surprise attacks on the Italian forces, and then melting away into the countryside. The lead-up to the battle was marked by a series of skirmishes and small battles as the two armies jockeyed for position. The Italians, confident in their superior firepower and training, believed that they would be able to easily defeat the Ethiopians. But the Ethiopians were not intimidated, and they fought back with every ounce of strength they had. They were determined to defend their country, their culture, and their way of life. The day of the battle finally arrived, and the Ethiopian forces were deployed in a series of defensive lines across the rocky hills. The Italians, believing that a quick and decisive victory was within their grasp, launched a series of brutal and bloody assaults on the Ethiopian positions, but the Ethiopians held firm, refusing to yield even in the face of overwhelming odds. The fighting was intense, with both sides taking heavy casualties. And then, in a stunning turn of events, the tide of the battle began to shift. The Ethiopians, sensing victory within their grasp, launched a series of counterattacks that caught the Italians off guard. The Italian lines began to waver, and then suddenly, they broke. The Ethiopian forces surged forward, pouring down the hills and into the valleys below. The Italians were in full retreat, abandoning their artillery and supplies as they fled in panic. The outcome of the battle was nothing short of catastrophic for the Italians. They had suffered heavy losses, and their prestige had been seriously damaged. The Ethiopians, on the other hand, had secured a stunning victory, one that would have far-reaching consequences for the entire continent. For the first time, an African country had defeated a European power in battle, and the world took notice. The Battle of Adwa was a turning point in the history of Ethiopia, a moment of great pride and joy for the Ethiopian people. It marked the beginning of a new era of independence and self-determination, one that would inspire anti-colonial movements across Africa and beyond. So what did you think of this epic clash between Ethiopia and Italy? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about African resistance to colonialism, be sure to check out our next video.